What's up guys, it's your boy George coming back at you with another YouTube video, and today we're going to be working on the Challenger. It's a little windy, sorry guys. Unfortunately I lost the mount for my phone to go on the tripod, and I did bring my other camera, but I forgot to bring an SD card. So yeah, I'm gonna be making do with the best I can with what I got. So we got the Challenger pulled out over here, some other people. But first of all, we're gonna clean up the shop because as you can see, it's kind of a mess. I did do the spark plugs on the Challenger. That's why there's a whole bunch of spark plug boxes blown everywhere and stuff like that. So I did the spark plugs and the coil packs because it was desperately needed. I might have gotten a little video of that. I'll show you guys what I did though, real quick. So under the hood we got some NGK coil packs and Denso spark plugs. Obviously the valve cover like beautification shit, it's not back on yet. So today what we're going to be doing is an oil change. We're going to empty out the oil reservoir, the catch can. We're also going to be topping off the fluids, and then I'm going to attempt to remove the O2s and swap in some replacements to solve that problem, so that way I can start properly coding everything, or not coding, but so I could properly start to do the data logging and have the car retuned so it could run efficiently. These are the old coil packs, as you can see, and then some of the clapped out spark plugs. Yeah, they're not in the best of shape, unfortunately, as you guys can see, but it seems pretty consistent throughout them all. So, you know, kind of leads me to, you know, not have any doubts about the issues that we're facing and how the car is running. One thing with Hemis, they take 16 spark plugs for a V8 because it's 2 per cylinder, obviously. So 16 spark plugs, and then each coil pack obviously runs 2 spark plugs per cylinder. But yeah, so first order of business is to clean up the shop. It's looking really bad. So once I have that done, I'll get back to you guys and we'll jack up the Challenger and all that other stuff and start working on that. So got the shop cleaned up now. Obviously there's some parts and stuff like that around for the Jeep and stuff, and boxes and stuff like that, Jeep parts, Beamer parts. But over here is the Challenger parts. So first things first, we got over here in this little box a new cable for the handheld tuner device, because the cable that we have currently installed in the Beamer, in the Challenger, this portion of the cable is broken. So we got that. Then in here we have a brand new harness. So the front side marker lights, because the original harness was lost when I originally did the Widebody kit, so the side marker lights don't illuminate, but this harness will fix that. And it also has the plugins for what was originally the front fog lights, which are now vents, and I have a special plan for those. And then in this box is mostly tools that will help us. So I have a industrial pro grade hot glue gun, and then obviously 100 full pack of glue sticks. And here I have a heat gun, and what else do I have? Oh yeah, I have a Weller professional soldering iron, or a soldering gun kit, so that way I can do more, you know, high quality work. Here, what is this? Oh, solder. This is a mount. This is gonna be the new mount for the handheld tuner, because the stock mount that it comes with is just one of those suction cup mounts, and I hate it. So this is one of those magnetic ones that is also a stickable one. So it's magnetic from the handheld tuner to the mount, and then the mount actually sticks onto the dash, which I like better. And then this is a Starlight kit, which is a dual zone kit. Right now I have Starlights in the Challenger. If you guys know or don't know, I have Starlights. I did it originally back in like 2020, 2021. It was my first time doing that kind of stuff. It turned out pretty well. A lot of people loved it. I personally, you know, we are our biggest critics. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like I could have done better. I could have taken my time. So I ordered a new one, finally got around to it. I ordered a new one. It is a dual zone. So that means that, because they, you know, as time goes on, things improve. So it's a dual zone. So basically, using one box, I can illuminate 2 different sections in 2 different colors. So what I plan on doing right now, this is a pretty big, you know, thing for only being my second time trying to do this. I plan on doing like a galaxy kind of theme, where like the stars in the middle, not in any particular pattern, but the stars in the middle can, if I want to, illuminate them in a different color. It also has the twinkle effect and stuff like that. So the stars in the middle will illuminate a different color and twinkle, and then the stars on the outside can illuminate whatever other color I want. And the good thing about this one is that since it's dual zone, but it's built into one unit, you can have them both turn on and be just one color, like both zones be one color. And then it also has shooting stars, I believe. And then in this box is the new headliner material. So I'm gonna be doing a Alcantara headliner and pillars. So, you know, that should be an exciting learning curve. I don't think there's anything else. Oh yeah, there's badges too. I bought brand new badges that I have to install in the grill, as well as the side badges, because right now the Scat has no badges on her at all. So yeah, and then also in the trunk of the Beamer, I have Pennzoil SRT oil. Let's see if I can get this open. 0W40, as you can see, ultra platinum. And then in this, I have a filter. Yeah, there's a little fireball, but yeah. So I'm gonna do the oil change on her, drain out the oil catch can, install the wiring harness and all that other stuff. So we'll get started on that. I'm gonna try to show you as much as I can, but again, I don't have any way to like mount my camera. Pause. What did I just do? I don't have any way to mount my camera so I can show you guys the process, but like, it's a vlog. I'll be tapping in with you guys as I go along. So I also forgot to mention, I have brand new O2 sensors in this box, a set of 4, 2 for the upstream and 2 for the downstream. So I can't do the oil change because the filter that I got, according to Amazon, fits, but it's not the correct size. So I'm just gonna bite the bullet, order another SRT oil filter, and yeah. But so we're gonna move on. I already doused the O2 sensors, as you can see, with penetrating oil. We'll see how easy it is to get those out. But for right now, we're gonna work on this harness. Got the harness right here. It's just simple plug and play, and then routing the wires to not get like destroyed or dragged on the ground and shit like that. So we'll do that real quick. And yeah, so hopefully side marker lights should work once we're done. And I'm on a creeper, by the way, so. All right, so I finished it up. As you can see, it's all cooled up. I left the original fog light plugs free, so that way when I am ready to do what I want to do, I can hook that up. And then I routed it underneath this membrane. Obviously it's it's high enough to the point where it doesn't, you know, drag. So we should be good now to see, even though I cleaned it up already, now to see if it works. Yeah, I do things backwards, guys. Yep, we have lights again. Nice. Love it. And then hopefully later down the road, when I figure out how to do the mounting system that I want to do, I'll be able to add some very cool things to the front of the Challenger with the OG fog light plug. So now what we're gonna do now is try to combat the O2 situation and see if we can get those bad boys off and swapped out. So I'll get back to you guys. With an update on that. Yeah, my hair is looking crazy and stuff, but yeah. So far I got 2 out of 4 out. The other 2 are being quite difficult. Luckily this one came right out, because like, look how bad they freaking mangled this shit up. They came right out, luckily for me. This one doesn't look too cooked, I would assume. I don't know. This one is a little bit, you know. replacement I have is the right one for it. Oh, it doesn't look like it, but we'll hope and pray to God that that it works. I don't know, because this is the only one that's different from all the other two sensors. Came in a box that was numbered differently. I ordered these parts a while ago. NTK supplies. So let's see. I believe it's the correct one for several reasons. One, because the plug is a different color than all the other plugs, just like OEM. And then two, the parts number, from what I remember of looking it up, it said that this was a direct fit and it was the only one that could go into the driver's side upstream. All the other ones are like interchangeable, because this one is like heated or some shit like that, or supposed to be heated. Doesn't really look heated to me, but we'll see what the car tells me when I install it. Trying to change out all of them one shot, so that way I could take this car for a drive and reset the monitors and all that other shit, so I can see if I can finally fucking tune my car correctly. But we'll see what happens. So I got the car up on jacks, obviously warming up. So while it's warming up, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this wiring. As you can see, what happened, it snapped. So I'm gonna take this panel off, pull out the wiring, and then also put this back up there. So this is the stock mount it came with, mounts to the windshield. This shit sucks over time. So but yeah, so while it's warming up, I'm gonna do all of that, and when I come back, it should have a nice hard mounted visual display for that. And I'm also scanning the car at the same time, so